Welcome to Life Her Podcast, the podcast that guides you from the 9 to 5 grind to the freedom of your own path. Discover how to conquer life's challenges while pursuing your passions with unwavering faith. Because being an entrepreneur is not easy. So let's get to it.
Hey everyone, I am Yvette Lloyd, host of Life Her Podcast. Thank you so much for being on this episode. And I want to give you guys so much informative information. I am being a lot more transparent with myself and me being a business owner and everything. And I just want everyone to get to know me, not just interviewing people and just as well as podcasting and letting them know that I'm a business owner too and I go through things. And I want you guys to also know the reason being why I have a select of amazing entrepreneurs on my podcast show. It's because of different things that I have been through personally and information that I have not received over the years of me being an entrepreneur and not having the education, the resources, the connections, the building relationships of owning a business and how important it was and is for me to scale my business to another level. And that's basically what this podcast episode is about, scaling your business for success. Um, During the times of me starting my business, I started off doing my childcare center. Then I started my youth program. I also started this podcast. I had a janitorial company, just doing different things. One thing for certain is that I have connections. I knew people, but at the same time, I really wasn't building a relationship with them. I will meet people and I just go about my day and not actually stay connected with them. And connection is very important when you meet so many amazing people, and staying connected is even more important. And that's one of the things that I lacked a lot. And that was due to me having like trust issues. It's hard to trust people. It is hard to deal with so many people, and you just going into it, not actually knowing what you getting yourself into. And a lot of people hide their true character for a very, very long time. But a lot of times you have to realize your protection that you have with God and how God will not put you down for no reason at all. He will always make sure that you're safe. Even though you may experience some bad relationships and bad experiences when it comes to you owning a business and you want to have a better business of you being extremely successful, which is very possible for you to do. But a lot of times we got to understand why we are actually going through these situations of us being a business owner. And being a business owner, when you're developing relationships and developing trust with people, working with them and trying to make your business better, when you have turmoil and betrayal and things of that nature within your business, you have to think beyond that. And the reason why you have to think beyond that is because a lot of times the things that you go through is things that'll help you in your future. And when you in the beginning process of your business, it is developing you to be stronger and get to know your business and get to know yourself and get to know how you deal with different situations. It could be the good, the bad, and the ugly. And one thing about it of me dealing with so many multiple relationships and things that were broken, things that are fixed, and things that to make me better, I don't regret any and every experience at all. I am glad that I went through the things that I went through because it created me to be stronger. It created me to learn discernment. It created me to be able to speak to others. It even created me to be able to have the proper questions to ask to people, my guests and everything when they do come on my show. Is because I dealt with these situations. I've dealt with so many things to a point I'm relatable to any person that has been on my podcast. It may not be everything that I have dealt with. However, I know what questions to ask because we have similarities. I know what questions to ask because I pay attention to awareness of things that's going on in my surroundings, going on social media, looking at the comments of things that people say and everything. So it creates my mind to actually transition into being in someone else's shoes and asking these in particular questions. And these are the things that we don't understand while we are growing our business to become extremely successful. We don't like dealing with the broken relationships and things of that nature, but we have to understand our path and we have to understand how these things are going to help us later in the long run. Who wants something to come so easy and come so peaceful and things of that nature? And of course, when we going through it, we ain't trying to hear that. We don't want to go through this. This is just what it is. I just want to have a peaceful life. And trust me, you will get a peaceful life. It just, you still gonna go through things, but you're gonna be able to know how to handle it. You're gonna be able to know how to pivot into your personal life and your business life on how to deal with things, and that discernment will develop so much because you have encountered so many people's character traits. You would know that character trait from somebody else you don't know, so you will know how to navigate with them and know how to have that relationship with them. You don't have to invite everybody into your personal life. You don't have to invite everyone to your home. You can meet them up for business meetings or business lunch, brunch, things like that. It doesn't have to go any further. You're not obligated to have this BFF relationship with people all the time because things aren't always going to go your way. But one thing for certain, what I always want you to be and always want you to know, that the power of a good character and being authentic is just amazing, because people may like judge you off the things that other people say about you. Say for instance, you have a friend, a business partner or something. They may have said some horrible things about you. They may have posted things about you. They may have made your relationship and your character of who you are just so terrible. But one thing about you having a good character and you being authentic and you having consistency of who you are, and you walk in that every single day of your life, later on in life, people is going to be able to see who was the problem. And a lot of times, people will try to build so many other people to hate you just as much as as they hate you, or they are trying to make your business just be horrible, not knowing that they are creating an image of you in a way of is going to attract people to you and pay attention to you a lot more. They may say all the bad things that that person has said about you, but trust me, in due time, people are going to actually see your true colors and their true colors. And they may not like be admitted later in life. They may not ever admit it. But just long as you know that you have a good character and you building and being authentic is so extensive into building a long-term relationship and trust with people in rooms and places that you have no idea. And also having integrity and um just being able to shape your business and reputation into a great way that you're able to be able to, just scale so much into that space, and staying true to your values and how it influence your leadership and your decision making. Making decisions is amazing. Just because somebody is being messy on social media, it doesn't mean you be messy with them. To a certain extent, you can defend your character, but sometimes silence is golden. Silence is loud. Silence is everything, because in due time, things will work for you. And you have to understand, you're God's child. He's not going to let nothing happen to you or anything surrounding you that you are attached to going to turmoil or be destroyed. And these people don't understand that karma reflects, it comes back, and we may not ever see the karma hit that person, but trust me, it's hitting them. It's hitting them, and sometimes they don't even know, I no idea on where, when, how it's coming. But another thing I want to touch base on is how important it is to do your research and education when it comes to you owning your business. A lot of times people don't understand that um researching what you want to do with your career, with your business is your responsibility. Educating yourself is your responsibility. You have to really understand that you cannot put your responsibilities on other people and expect them to come through every time when you are in need. And what I've done over the years, I didn't have no one mentoring me to start a daycare center. I started a daycare center on my own and off experience of me working in the childcare field. When I was 18 years old, I had a hard time looking for a job. The only job that gave me a job was a daycare center, and it was a daycare center where my nephew went, and I went from there and grew from there. And from me being in that field is just something that I grew to love. I didn't have no idea what I was stepping myself into. I just had no clue. I just know how to read. I knew how to educate myself, and I just had faith. I have faith to know that what I'm getting myself into is just going to work what it's going to work, and that's just what it is. And from there, I just opened up a daycare center, not being knowledgeable at least about actually the business portion of it. I knew the business itself, how to open it, how to run it, and things of that nature, but I didn't knew the business, like how to get loans, how to get grants and things of that nature. I have been in business for 16 years and I've never had a loan or a grant while running my daycare business, while having my nonprofit organization. I was just not knowledgeable about it. Even my nonprofit organization called Fidel Young Women's Program, I wasn't knowledgeable of opening up a nonprofit organization. I just know that I wanted to help youth. I wanted to change lives. I wanted to build futures, and I wanted them to break cycles and prepare them for adulthood. I saw the need in it. I saw how much help they needed and how much I knew it could help them later on in life. So that was my mission. That's what I want to do and everything. My paperwork, I had paperwork for them to sign up. I had all the rules and regulations and all that and everything else, 501c3. I had all of that. But the business itself, I had no clue what to do. I didn't know how to get grants and loans and things of that nature, especially grants. I didn't know how to get that. I have people around me that had the ability to help me with it, but they chose not to help me with it. I was even connected inside of a building with a company, and they had a nonprofit organization as well. But instead of them implementing and helping me scale my nonprofit organization, us collaborating and getting grants and everything, they utilized my businesses, which my daycare center and my nonprofit organization, from me being in their building. They obtained grants and everything, and they didn't give me nothing from it at all. I did not receive anything from them, and I know for a fact they were getting a lot of leverage with me having my business inside of their building. And that was another thing that was like extremely important, because you have to understand everybody is not meant to own a building, but some people are. It depends on your mission, and it depends on your responsibilities and how much responsibilities that you want. Because when you own a business, you're responsible for the whole building itself. When you don't own the building, you are responsible just for the rent and everything that comes with it. What I have learned over the years, I am better off owning the building, because I have revamped a building from looking so horrible to so amazing. and I gave them a vision on how their building should look, how they should scale their nonprofit organization, how they should scale their business, and how they should do this and do that. I was helping them create them a vision on what this building has the potential to be. And I gave them that. So with me giving them that, as time progressed, they betrayed me. They basically kind of pushed me out of the building. They really didn't help me. And then it's so crazy because when I was going through everything of me leaving the building, and I stopped my nonprofit organization. I had lost my mom. Then I had stopped my daycare center. I was going through things with my daycare center, which I believe it was very political when I was going through a lot of things. But during the pandemic, I don't know if you guys heard my previous episode um with Miss T. They were giving out so much money to nonprofit organizations for them to be able to keep going and sustain through that, because kids weren't in school, they was being homeschooled, they were coming to daycare centers like mine, and they were learning while they in daycare. They were just doing different things. So during that time, while I'm in someone else's building, they are leveraging and getting millions, maybe because thousands of dollars of my nonprofit organization, of my daycare center, and everything. They didn't have nothing going on, absolutely nothing. So 9 times out of 10, they probably lied about a lot of things that they had going on in the building when they technically didn't have nothing going on at all, and the way they played in my face, and then they invited someone else to come in and start a nonprofit organization that they had running already. They were doing amazing things. This lady is freaking amazing. She was doing some dope stuff. But the things that they were offering her to pay um to do any and everything she wished, that's what they were going to do for her. And I'm sitting here struggling, trying to run my daycare center, struggling trying to run my nonprofit organization. The money that I'm making with my daycare, I'm investing into my nonprofit organization. And they knew how I was struggling, and they did not help me at all, but they took from me. And a lot of times when things like that happen, God don't like ugly. So these are the things that I want you guys to be aware of while you're running your business and educating yourself and doing a research, building relationships. So with me going through so much, not even just this, it created me to build resentment towards people, made me not want to trust people and everything, because how many people that was just doing me so dirty within a community. However, over time came, and that's like the present time, like now in my life, I am like understanding on how to scale my business effectively. I am running into people that's actually helping me become a better business owner, learning the business. I know how to run my business at my daycare. I know how to do all of that stuff, but I've never gotten to the point where I could scale my business, profit from my business, and grow it into something so amazing. And that's when I can get grants and loans and everything, and get proper certifications. It's many certifications that you need while owning a business, where banks and grant um people that give you grants, they are able to see that you are a legitimate business. It's not just you having an EIN, LLC, S corp, incorporation, things of that nature. It doesn't stop there, and I'm learning how it doesn't stop there. I'm learning that you need so much more in your business, that things that you have to file on the back end to scale your business, for them to actually notice, like, hey, this is a minority business, and they're able to get this grant right here, or this is a minority business. You don't have to get good credit, but with you being a minority business, we can still help you leverage off and get this loan to make your business better and also make your credit better at the same time. So you have things like that. Oh, so you have this organization, you have the statistics, you have the writing, you have everything that you have with this business. But I didn't know this was woman owned. So not only you a minority business, you are a woman owned business. So you could get approved for this grant, and you can get this grant, and you can get this loan. You could get all of this to leverage your business, to create your business to be extremely successful. Who would have known? And a lot of people do not know this while they're having a business, because I feel like at this point it's some sort of secret society when it comes to things like that, because you have resources in your community. However, you have to know people that knows people that's able to help you work on these things and get things a lot better with your business so that your business is scaled right. Like, a lot of people don't have the financials and everything being organized of knowing what type of business that you have to make your business better. And when you have these different financial things in order, like, who has their assets and liabilities organized? Like, what do you spend daily? Do you have a QuickBooks? Like, some people don't even have QuickBooks and keeping track of their business, let alone they don't even have um a bank that is keeping track of everything that you have. Do you have a business banking, or are you still using your personal, or are you still mixing your personal with your business as well? These are things that you need to be aware of, and you have to keep these things separate at all times, because you don't want to get everything mixed in a bunch. And then even when it comes to you having payroll of things of that nature, a lot of people have payroll and just like, hey, I got payroll. But you have quarterly taxes, you have federal taxes, you have state taxes, you have city taxes, you have all these taxes you have to pay. But what a lot of people don't know is a lot of people make fun of people when they lose their business. And I don't think it's ethical of them to actually do something like that. When you lose a business, you're losing a lot, and you're losing financially as well. If you have a business and you have staff that were getting paid through payroll, your business, and payroll can be very expensive depending on how many staff that you have. You could be in debt after losing that business. And a lot of people don't see that being in debt. Okay, you lost a business and everything, but you have to sell the things that you have. You have to also um look at the fact that you have all these taxes that you have to pay back, but you had your business to help you, and the finances coming in for you to be able to pay your taxes. But after so long losing your business, you got to pay a lot of bills and do a lot of things. So now you owe all of these taxes, and no telling, it could be thousands of dollars. It could be from $600 to $50,000 that you owe from you losing your business, and it comes from payroll. Not only that, it's just, how are you going to pivot from that? How are you going to avoid from getting a lien on your taxes, or a lien on your home, or lien on anything that you own, and then not, you could lose everything that you worked so hard for. It could be gone tomorrow just off top of you losing your business. And people really don't understand that, because it's a lot of people that could be surrounding you that could play in your face and don't see that you're doing the proper things with your business and everything. It's not that, but sometimes people learn as they go, educating themselves as they go, don't have the proper help, don't have the great community of people that could be surrounded by them to be able to help them be a better business owner. and it's very hard and it's difficult. But along the way, I don't want you to get discouraged. I want you to get out there and build nurturing relationships. Just build nurturing relationships with your clients, your partners, stakeholders, just different people. Get you a relationship with an account with plenty of accountants, lawyers, anybody that's community based that could really help you and educate you on your business. And you having a friend or associate or something that you could go to, like, hey, I need help on this, and this. They may not be able to do it, but they may know someone that could do it. And also, it's plenty of things on Eventbrite and the app called Meetup. You could go to these events in your community, or if you're willing to drive, you could go sometimes outside of your city, and you could see different things of benefits of taking courses and expand your skill set and knowledge base on marketing, finance, and management, anything like that. And they have groups of people that have the same interest as you, and you can meet them and network with them while you're in there. And if you have a problem with this, which is something that I had, I'm an introvert. I will go to an event and sit in my seat the whole time, or if I know somebody, I go talk to them. I just can't go up to other people and just speak with them like, hey, how you doing? I'm such and such. I'm Yvette and I do this, and this. That's hard for me to do. So, to help you, I have another recent interview, Monica Rivera, on my website, on my YouTube channel, where she actually helps you learn how to communicate and scale your business and come out of being an introvert, how to approach someone by being an introvert, how to identify other introverts, and you could become a whole friend to them while you're there at the event. And how you could also just leverage off online platforms, community colleges, local organizations that's offering business classes. It is things everywhere. You just have to keep like learning and set yourself apart. That keeps you being competitive, keeps you growing and being an amazing business owner. And I'm telling y'all, I was not this person, but today I am this person, and it has helped me so much on growing my business. It helps me like have realization like where I lacked at. I had a visual and I of things that I lacked in, like the pros and cons on me as a person. I've always been a good person. I always had good character and everything, but I have not been vocal. I'm not a vocal person that, hey, I can answer this question and all that, because I just didn't. I didn't feel like I had an issue with me being in a room of people knowing too much, or always raising a hand, or always got an answer for something. I just didn't want to be Miss Know It All. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to just keep myself at a steady pace. But then I had to learn, the more I opened my mouth, the more I was able to help other people. The more I opened my mouth, the more I found doors started opening for me, and people started referring me to places where I never thought I would be, never thought the opportunity was there. And I never just thought of any of the things that I am doing right now. I have goals of being a multimillionaire. I know I'm going to become a multimillionaire. It's just I wasn't taking the steps to become one. I wasn't coming out of my shell and doing the things that I was supposed to do to educate myself even more. If I wanted to be a multimillionaire, I need to be in rooms with other multimillionaires. I need to know how they carry themselves, how they walk, how they talk, how do they conduct themselves when it comes to being a business owner. And what I have realized, that everything that I went through in my life is what I was supposed to go through, because they went through the same thing. And a lot of times, as multimillionaires, they were in their 40s and 50s and 60s by the time they actually made it there. So it's like, wow, I am going in the right direction and I am doing really good at this very moment. But actually, when I started to realize what areas I need to strengthen myself in when it comes to running a business, I started to realize how dope of a person I am. Like, I am like really dope, and people are really starting to I am attracting people now. I am attracting good people. I'm attracting people that's just coming to me like, that I trust you with this information. That you are the only person I know I could come to, that I can have this conversation with. That you are this, and it's like it feels so good. And the only reason why it's happening is because I got out of my way. I was in my own way for 12 years plus. I was always in my way. So now that I'm not in my way, oh, it's a wrap. I am doing my thing. And also, um I want you guys to utilize the community resources. You have community centers everywhere, urban leads, um just different places where they have programming. Look it up. Build relationships with people in those positions. Have events there, small events, surveys, and different things. Just do different things in those communities so you can start researching and accessing grants, loans, and funding opportunities available for small businesses. Small businesses have so many opportunities, you will be amazed. Highlight community organizations, local chambers, and small business development centers and others. They offer the support and preparing the right documents on building a strong business in case for applying for funding. A lot of people don't have a business plan. A business plan isn't something that always come with multiple pages. We're not looking for 30 pages of a business plan. It's something to scale your business, for your business to it's like you pitching your business to someone for them to have faith in what you do and a vision on what you want, and the things that you're doing now and the things you're doing in the future, and how are you going to scale from this. What outcome are you going to have when it comes to your business, like being the way of you wanting this loan, or what are you going to do with this grant? What are your plans? And that's their business plan. And so people are able to actually see, like, okay, this is where we're going, this is what we're getting ready to do. Yes, I approve you. So we in our approval season, y'all. You are approved. You hear me? I want y'all to walk in with faith. I want y'all to start scaling your business, getting it together, tighten up. Tightening up is so important, and I have to tighten up myself. Even though I'm telling y'all to tighten up, I'm talking to myself too, because my podcast gives me a lot of accountability. I don't like to contradict myself. I don't like to tell someone to do something when I'm not doing it. So if I'm not doing it, or I find myself at a space where this is not my strength, this is my weakness, when I say it to you, I'm saying it to myself. And when I want you to accomplish it, I'm going to be accomplishing it myself too, because sometimes I could go back and listen to my own podcast and be like, okay, bet you said you was gonna do this, but you ain't did nothing. You need to get right to it. But one thing about me, when I put my mind to something, oh, it's over with. It's a wrap. And I have to be able to continue with this because it makes me better. It makes me feel good. You have no idea how good I feel when I did something for myself, because I'm always doing something for other people. My cup be so empty. Like man, you can echo it. You can just throw it down. You do whatever with the cup because it's not full. at all, but I've been learning to fill my cup up. I've been learning to just make sure it stay full, and only probably like you could probably get like 3 sips out of me, maybe 2, and that's about it, and you have to understand like how important it is for you to be happy and you to have everything going on, because if you're happy, you can be happy enough to do whatever you want. And another thing is, when you're running a business, you guys look for support all the time. You say your family isn't supporting you, your friends isn't supporting you, the community isn't supporting you. Let me tell you this: nobody is obligated to support you. It's not their job to support you. It's not something that they need to do. They don't have to like your posts. They don't have to share your posts. They don't have to purchase nothing from you. They don't have to do absolutely anything. So for you to be so demanding and so bossy for somebody to support you is not their responsibility. If they not doing it, find a new audience. Like, delete people, block people, create new relationships. It is thousands in people that live in your community. It's not just the people you went to school with and went to college with, things of that nature. It's people beyond them. It's strangers that don't know who you are, and you have to get yourself out there for them to get to know you. And that's when you're going to start seeing leverage within your business. You're going to see it start growing the way you want it to grow. And you have to take these steps and stop giving people so much demanding responsibilities to be obligated to do things when it comes to you and your business, because that's not what they're supposed to do. And it shouldn't even be your focus. Your focus is your business and you making sure that you get everything out there so people can get to know who you are, what you do, and why I should purchase your courses, your ebook, your apparel, your anything that you have. Utilize your services to bring my child to your daycare and all of that. You have to put your blockers on and just look straight ahead in your own tunnel and do you. You don't have time to focus on social media and scrolling, seeing what people were saying and doing, voicing their opinions, doing subliminal posts and all that. If it's somebody on there that triggered you, you need to unfollow them. You need to find another focus. Start following people that is relatable to what you are doing in the direction you are going in. If you if you want to know about how millionaires did something, you need to start following these people. If you want to know more about your business overall, you need to listen to podcasts about your business. You need to hear other entrepreneurs talk about these things, because you being on social media, focus on negativity and things of that nature, you're not going to get yourself far at all. All you're going to do is get yourself far into depression, far into not scaling your business and being behind on everything. Being focused is just important, and you need to really work on that. And also being transparent. Telling telling your story is very important. A lot of people say don't tell your business on Facebook, but you or social or any type of social media. Sometimes being transparent and people getting to know your characteristics and who you are, the things you've been through. You don't have to necessarily tell them your personal business to the extent, but you could give them a tease and a taste of something for them to have a vision, for them to actually get to know who you are, because people don't trust people. So if they don't see you being your real self, how are they able to believe that you are going to deliver in what you are giving to them or trying to sell to them? So sharing your journey and opening up about your challenges and creating relatability and trust with your audience and clients is just amazing. Encourage your listeners to embrace their unique stories and also use the foundation for their brand as well. So you may be educated enough to be able to educate them on many different things and how vulnerability and openness can lead a strong, meaningful relationship in your business, because this is what people are going to know you for. They can be like, oh, such and such, yeah, she does this, this, and this. Or yes, he does this, and this is like so amazing. And that is what matters. Even if your content isn't so perfect, just work on that. If you see how I started my podcast and how things are, I had my friend Olivia, she was running my page for me. Her graphics was super dope. I studied her graphics. I studied a lot of things that she was doing, and she educated me, and it helped me to be able to run my own page, create my own flyers. And with my friends being editing and videos, I learned to edit my own videos, post my own videos, and all different types of things like that. One of the things I can say I am great at getting viewers and followers. I am great at getting people's attention. I know what to post, not to post, when to post, when not to post. That is something that I'm really good at. And you have to show a lot of consistency with that. And you have to get to know your audience, and you have to see what did they like the most. If they like that all the time, why don't you create more content that is in this area? So it's many things that you have to do when you are building a successful business and you are scaling your business to be extremely successful. And I really, really hope that this episode has helped y'all and educated you and motivated you to be able to understand how important it is for you to show up, and how important it is to you to walk in your space. Walk with favor, walk with faith, walk with love, walk with being yourself. Not be ashamed of who you are, not being ashamed of what you look like or any of that. Just put the business out there, put you out there, do what you got to do. As you will grow, you will start to glow. You know, everything will work in your favor. People will remember you from the beginning to the end to the now. And you'll be surprised on how people will say, oh my God, I watched you grow to from this to this. Oh my God, I remember when you was right here and now you're right here. You're doing such an amazing job. You inspired me so much. Like, y'all have to think about the end result, and you got to always revert back to the beginning to keep you motivated, to keep you going, because how you started off, it's always how you just going to keep going, because that is what's going to continue to motivate you and keep you going at all times, because that's what keep me going. Being me is all I can be. You can't backtrack on a lie. You can't backtrack on who you thought you was. You can't put on this image that you thought you were or nothing. From start to finish, from me being a business owner, I have always been myself. I have always not gatekeep on nothing. I gave information to people. I've educated people. Just being me is what got me where I'm at today. And I'm going to continue to be me, because this is all that people are going to know. And this is all I have to offer. So I really hope that you guys had gathered up so much information in this podcast. And please like, comment, share to other people. um I just really want you guys to really understand how important Life Her podcast is, how important and amazing all my guests are. They all are helping you to become a better version of yourself. I truly, they are. So make sure you like, share, subscribe. And again, I love y'all, and I pray over your business to be so amazing, and just keep going and do not quit. Peace.
Welcome to Life Her Podcast, the podcast that guides you from the 9 to 5 grind to the freedom of your own path. Discover how to conquer life's challenges while pursuing your passions with unwavering faith. Because being an entrepreneur is not easy. So let's get to it.